Happy New Year, everyone. 2016 has arrived, and it's going to be quite a year this year. Let's take a look at your January alchemy scopes. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So here we are, the beginning of 2016, and as I do every month, let's go ahead and look at the macro cycle, the energy set, the storyline that's underpinning this cycle for all of us. To do that, I tap into the Sabian symbol that's imbued at the degree point at which our Capricorn new moon on January 9th occurred. It happened at 19 degrees 13 minutes. And the Sabian symbol for this new moon point, this portal point, was a hidden choir is singing during a religious service. Interesting, because we are so close to the holiday season that this would be the symbol. But more so is the fact that it's a hidden choir. So during the course of this next month, for me, what this is speaking to is that in the background, out of sight, is a harmonic that is playing out. There is something synchronistic and networked and harmonic that is happening. And in fact, a lot of you might be feeling that. So let's move on now to the microcycles. We'll go to the I Ching and take a look at the microcycle that's going on for the individual signs. Libra, let's move on to the I Ching hexagram that came forward to reflect your particular energy set, or the microcycle for Libra-centric people over the course of this new moon cycle. You received the I Ching hexagram number 15, humility. The two trigrams that make up this hexagram are earth above, mountain below. Humility is rewarded in human affairs, just as valleys are filled by the erosion of mountains. It is the way that living systems creates balance. Regardless of your position, humility is a deceptively powerful attribute. If you are in a high position but remain humble, people will naturally be drawn to you and the causes you espouse. If your position is lowly, humility will naturally endear you to those of varying status. The most successful people are those who know how to bring each situation into balance by reducing that which is too great and adding to that which is too little. Such a person craves not dominance, but balanced and stable relationships. Humility is the virtue that allows you to perceive the balancing force in each situation and enables clarity that avoids becoming prey to the many illusions that grow out of self-importance. Humility is fostered with lightness and humor, so make a conscious effort to develop a strain of self-effacing humor. Libra, welcome to your January new moon alchemy scope. So this is posting a little bit late. We had our Capricorn new moon January 9th, and this scope, as they all do, run from the new moon to the new moon cycle. So I've already shuffled. I'm doing my synchronic spread again with my custom Siri deck that I use for my own purposes. And then this year, Libra, I've ordered a few new decks, and I'm excited to tap into those. I've already been using them, and they are phenomenal, all of them. One is the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reed, and the other is Vicky Verley's Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. So I'm going to go ahead and use those for the archetypal guidance, as opposed to using the Carolyn Miss archetype cards this month. Okay, so let's get started. I've already shuffled. Let's see what's coming up for at least the majority of awakening Libra-centric scope people during this cycle. And what I ask, just to make it clear, is I ask what event, circumstance, or situation is likely to be coming forward as a growth edge for you. So let's see what is up. You have important considerations that you're thinking about during this time frame. This would not be unusual. It's the beginning of the year and it's the beginning of 2016, Libra. And it's a juicy year. 2015 was pivotal in many cases. It was dynamic. A lot of us are coming to greater and greater levels of knowing ourselves, our greater truths, our more aligned natural essence self. And you at the beginning of 2016, because 2016 will be even more so. It's going to be even more transparency driven. So this is about getting truthful, getting real, getting aligned. That's what this whole year is about. And you are starting off this year with considering, here's Ricky Gervais, and you are, of course, an air sign. So this is kind of interesting that this is the central theme for you during this cycle, that you are considering important steps that you want to make in your life. You know, what is it that you want to create for yourself? In the spiritual sector, you know, it's beautiful because in the spiritual sector, you're moving through kind of what feels like a deep realization of, it's like you're assimilating the grace of what has been going on, what has been difficult emotional situations that have been unfolding for you, about difficulties from your past through the threads of your life. What is it that has been activating you? That is being assimilated, dear Libra, in grace. It's like you're coming to calm and peace and a sense of stillness with regards to, and a sense of understanding with regards to your beliefs or what has happened, what you thought happened, your perception about the past, about emotional difficulties, about relationship difficulties. It's like you're getting to a place of realizations, assimilations. You're calming, you're stilling yourself. There is grace in the moment, and you're coming to realizations about your perceptions, Libra. Beautiful. Now, I have to tell you, this I find fascinating for you, because if you have been tuning into the scopes over the months, Libra, there was a period of time in the summer, fall, where you kept getting messages, and even maybe in the spring, I can't quite remember, but Libra kept getting messages about a healing journey in faraway lands. And so if you've been tuning in for months, you know this is the case. But yet again, Libra, faraway lands comes up for you again. So there is something about either you wanting to travel, either you wanting to relocate to somewhere far away, somewhere different, either, or that there's some, now again, it could be for some of you that there is a spiritual community or a group or a course or a class, something in faraway lands, Libra, that you could very well be preparing for. And this feels very powerful for you. Libra, this feels powerful because your thoughts are about preparation, about perhaps a spiritual place that's far from you. And you are considering, it's a big step. Whatever it is, it feels big for you because it either feels like a first step in a journey that's like a new path for you, or whatever it is, you know, that it would be a big change and it's important and you're considering it, you're preparing your mind for it, you're preparing maybe your life for it. You know, you're thinking about, this is the thinking sector, you're thinking about how are you going to prepare. Very interesting this, Libra, because again, and I've heard from some of you in past months about the travels and the healing distant place journeys that were the adventure that was calling you in other readings. Some of you were planning to go to some coursework that was far from you that you were going to be diving into. So again, that could be the case for some of you, but then in other life streams for other people that are watching, Libra-centric people, it could be that you are guided, you're simply guided to go to a certain place far away. Or that you're guided to travel, that you're guided to move your life, move your body, and in so doing, you have a different perspective. Very juicy this for you. I mean, there is some emotional difficulty that is being maybe assimilated and assessed this month. However, the polar point to this for you is a place of grace. You're starting to see maybe what's needed, maybe starting to surrender into re-believing, re-understanding, re-perceiving your life, your journey. Wow, Libra, that feels really interesting for me, for you. It feels beautiful, actually. So let's go ahead and pull Vicki Verley's Beast Mistress Oracle cards, and I'm going to pull 3, and you are going to please tune in. I want you to tune into the cards, Libra, and select one, and that will be your main growth edge, the main kind of quality set that I'd like for you to really drink in, because that's what you are selecting for yourself to grow and mature over the course of this cycle. So let's see what wants to come for you. So there's card 1. Actually, this one sticking. Let's pull you out too. And the third card for Libra. Beautiful. Okay. So Libra, tune in there. And then in the meantime, let's go ahead and pull Colette Baron Reed's fabulous Enchanted Map deck for you. And this is both thematic and it's also inherent guidance. I love these cards. Absolutely love them because they are archetypal, but they are, it's a growth edge that's part of the journey. So it's inherently tied into your spread, but it's also the guidance. So there's guidance rooted in there as well. So for Libra. Libra. So usually I have it break naturally. It depends on the card set, but this one I can do that. I find like the place where it naturally wants to break. You know, Libra, I have to say, how perfect. You get the same card as I think it was Libra, or excuse me, as I think it was Taurus that received. This is number 26, Deep Freeze. Now, Deep Freeze is about quiet, being still and in this place of hibernation over the course of this particular cycle. So let me go ahead and read it from Colette's book, and we'll pull up some specifics for you about this. Okay. So yes, you are part of the Taurian kind of microcycle about what's asking to be tapped into during this cycle. So number 26, Deep Freeze, Libra, is about everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. So keep in mind the center part of your reading was contemplation. So you're considering and thinking about, you know, important steps. So beautiful, this guidance. The cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not ready to bloom. It's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere and not needing to. This is also a time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now. So reflect, read a good book, or get a massage. Rest and dream. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And this is inherently, I mean, I don't really need to tell you this, but inherently this is a time during the winter, for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, this is a time to go within. Naturally, it's nature's sleeping time, hibernation time, internal time, reflective time, contemplation time. So it is ideal, especially with that spread, asking you to do just that and honor the cycle. Yeah. Now, before I pull these cards, so hopefully you've tuned into one and we'll pull those over. I want to make sure that you are aware that I'm having an offer that is available through January 31st. And for any client out there who orders and pays for, I have to clarify that because some people are not understanding my offer in some of my previous videos. So any clients that come forward to order their 2016 evolutionary story forecast and guidance, I am offering a free gift with that payment. And the free gift is their archetypal profile, which is a $44 value. It's a fabulous deal. So there's a link, there'll be a link on the video at the end of this video, and there's a link right below in the description. So anybody interested in getting clarity for this 2016 year, I'm offering a tremendous value for $111, for $111. It's a 90-minute session, astrological solar return, transits, your symbology that's coming up for this particular cycle for you, and a spread, and guidance cards, and on top of that, your archetypal profile. So it's an unbelievable deal. So anybody interested in taking advantage of the free archetypal profile with any 2016 forecast order, I encourage you to do that. So let's tune in. So Libra, if you picked the far left card, Rabbit. So a reminder that this is Vicki Verley's beautiful deck, and I'm thrilled to be using her cards for this. So let's see here. So if you selected Rabbit, the qualities that are asking to be evolved and matured within you are sensitivity, an artistic nature, cleverness, and nimbleness, a nimble nature. This is about outsmarting adversaries by staying one step ahead, taking colossal leaps and sprinting into the future, heightened libido and procreation. Now keep in mind, this is about activity and movement when the other messages are about rest. They don't have to be conflicting. They can coexist. It can be both and. So you can be, for example, assimilating and resting in the deep freeze state and really considering these big moves, perhaps the healing place in faraway lands or the guidance to go to faraway lands. But this is about cleverness, and it's about taking big leaps. So obviously, if you were to move to faraway lands, that would be a big leap. So this is about preparation for that, is what I would say, because we're taking all the rest of the spread into consideration. Seagull. So if you selected the center card, Libra, what's asking to be evolved within you is Seagull. And Vicki writes, joyous seafarer calling from the sky, edging on this world and another. Edging on this world and another, coming from a higher perspective, riding the currents of life. So this is about going with the flow. It's also a bridge point, connecting higher and lower, connecting immaterial and material realms is what I get from this card for you. Beautiful. Libra, and the final one, Turtle. So if you pick the far right card, turtle qualities are asking to be evolved through you now. This is your choice to take, yeah? So, turtle is a beautiful symbol. It's about Gaia, which is earth. It's about Pachamama. It's about the Great Mother. It's ancient remnant of a bygone era. Knowledge of the ancestors. deliberate and slow, steady movement. So it's interesting, isn't it? I have to say, I find this fascinating because some of you selected turtle, which is about being slow and deliberate and really considering everything and really moving slowly with the time, like taking your time with all of this. And then some of you selected rabbit, sensitive, artistic, clever, nimble, outsmarting adversaries by staying one step ahead, taking colossal leaps and sprinting into the future, heightened libido and procreation. So there's movement here and there's slowness here. Here is kind of the in-between world, and it's a higher perspective, so it's looking long view. Yeah. So this is, I find this to be quite interesting. So for some of you, there's going to be more action that's going to be instigated. So it might be that you're too much maybe in this state, and you're having to foster a quickening. And then for some of you, it is in fact going with this slow phase, this hibernation kind of cycle. Beautiful. Libra, great. So let's move on to the Dakini and see what's coming up for you there. Libra and Aquarius. So I am recording the final component of the alchemy scope for both of you right now because you both received the same goddess, the same Dakini that is coming forward to reflect the optimal embodiment. Who are you to actually become and embody and evoke during the course of this month if you want to walk through the cycle with least effort and optimal flow? You both received number 31, Phoenix, a fantastic Dakini. This is what Penny Slinger writes. Phoenix goes through the fire of immolation and the fire of transformation. The water is her blood of compassion, the blood of life. Now, for both of you, I'm going to do the same thing as I've done in previous months. I am going to read to you both the transmission and the affirmation. So, the transmission for Phoenix is this. I am the living proof. There is no death. I am the immortal soul, self-evident, ever-living. Take refuge, seeker of truth, beneath my fiery, compassionate wings. In the darkness of the night, see my burning eyes of light. The affirmation for Phoenix is this. I am immortal. My spirit is ever living. Any sacrifice I make or have made is an offering for my immortal soul. So Libra and Aquarius, I'm wishing you both a fantastic month ahead at this beginning of 2016. It's a reminder that I am having a really phenomenal gift offering happening for everybody during the month of January 2016 in order to catapult people into their knowing, their wisdom, the identification of their encodings so that alignment can become a natural process for you over the course of this year. I am offering the archetypal profile for free, a free offering, typically $44, when you order your 2016 forecast and guidance, which is a tremendous session. It's a 90-minute session that goes over your astrological solar return, your transits. We pull up your symbology, and I pull up a spread for you. And there's also guidance cards as well. It's quite a deal. You're not going to find a better deal anywhere, I don't think. So if you are committed to yourself, your journey into inner knowing, understanding your archetypal threads, your storylines, your trajectories, getting aligned, moving forward, catapulting forward in your life, I recommend connecting with the archetypal stories that live within, and certainly getting connected to what is the trajectory that's unfolding for you during the year 2016. So all the links are below, and there'll probably be links on this video as well. So I invite you to be in contact and place your orders soon so that we can get you scheduled. Have a wonderful month. Bye.